is anchored on 5 pillars and sets out 15 targets aimed at accelerating economic transformation, job creation and improved service delivery. Here's a report.
The United Party for National Development has launched its roadmap towards the 2026 general elections through the party manifesto, which places economic growth at the center of development across all sectors. President Hakainde Hichilema has unveiled the manifesto, describing it as a vision and foundation for development for the people of Zambia, and that the document was formulated through extensive engagement with members of the public.
This is our manifesto that incorporates our alliance partners in our shared vision, for our country. One or a group must have a shared vision in order to walk through that vision. Policies drop from there, laws. Today belongs to all our people across our republic. This manifesto, I must say, was generated by them, interacting with them in many spheres of life.
The 2026 manifesto is anchored on 5 pillars and sets out 15 targets aimed at accelerating economic transformation, job creation, and improved service delivery.
We will push investment more than consumption. Our friends who were there 10 years before us, they were pushing consumption and less investment in production. We will twist things around, focus on investment expenditure and reduce on consumption expenditure. And everybody must produce something. Don't just be a consumer. If you just eat, who is going to produce what you eat?
President Hichilema has further disclosed that the UPND government has created more than 1 million jobs across all sectors over the last 5 years, fulfilling one of the key campaign promises made in 2021.
Initially, our competitors used to make jokes and giggling around and say, "Vash promise." So I was listening. Oh, we have created in the public sector, as we promised, jobs. Numbers are there at Zamstat. We have created between the private sector and public sector over 1 million jobs in the last 4 years and 10 months. The numbers are there.
The head of state says the 2021 manifesto and the 10-point plan were implemented religiously despite challenges encountered over the past 5 years, including the COVID-19 pandemic, prolonged drought, and the current geopolitical tensions in the Middle East. Also at Kafuanka, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
A 60-year-old man of Chilundumushi village in Senga Hill District, Northern Province, has been brutally murdered after being beaten and set on fire on suspicion that he had poisoned the illicit brew, commonly known as kachasu, he had sold to 2 of his customers, resulting in the death of one of them. Northern Division Police Commanding Officer Simunji Molonda says that the incident, which happened today, Thursday, June 11, 2026, was reported by the victim's son, Happy Mposa, aged 24, while the victim has identified the deceased as Simukanje Mposa Tanaeli. Mr. Molonda says preliminary investigations indicate that earlier in the day, Simpanje Matthews and his friend, Simosika Alex, aged 24, allegedly consumed 2 bottles of the illicit brew, commonly known as kachasu, and shortly thereafter, the 2 reportedly became unconscious before the former later died within the village, while the latter was rushed to John Chikomangombe Rural Health Facility for medical attention. He has narrated that following the death of Simpanje Matthews, some members of the community allegedly suspected Mposa Tanaeli of poisoning the beer, and acting on these suspicions, unknown persons believed to include 2 relatives of the deceased reportedly attacked Mposa, assaulting him with a stick, causing head injuries and subsequently set him ablaze, resulting in his death. Mr. Mulonda says the bodies of the violence victim and other one who died after consuming the illicit brew have since been deposited in the Mbala General Hospital mortuary, awaiting post-mortem examinations, adding that no arrests have been made so far. The Law Association of Zambia, LAZ, has commended President Hakainde Hichilema for taking into account its concerns and those of various stakeholders regarding the Public Gathering Bill number 71 of 2026 by declining to sign it into law and sending it back to Parliament for reconsideration. In a statement, LAZ President Arnold Kaluba says that the President's decision demonstrates the importance of ensuring that legislative reforms are consistent with the constitutional principles, strengthen democratic governance, and safeguard the fundamental rights and freedoms of all citizens. Mr. Kaluba says LAZ further urges government to ensure that before the bill is reintroduced before the next National Assembly, comprehensive and meaningful consultations are undertaken with all relevant stakeholders, including civil society organizations, political parties, professional bodies, and members of the public. He says a transparent, inclusive, and participatory legislative process remains essential in ensuring that any future law on public gatherings upholds constitutional guarantees, promotes democratic participation, and reflects the aspirations of the Zambian people. Mr. Kaluba adds that LAZ remains committed to constructive engagement in matters of constitutional importance and will continue to contribute towards legislative processes that uphold the rule of law, democracy, and the protection of fundamental freedoms. National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity, NRPUP presidential candidate and Tonse Alliance leader Brian Mundubile has expressed concern with the alleged selective application of the law by the police in cases of political violence. Mr. Mundubile notes that the police are quick to arrest opposition cadres accused of involvement in violence, while those from the ruling party, including those who allegedly unleashed violence on the opposition in Chawama, Kabwe, among other places, have not been arrested. He has cited an incident in Kabwe where an opposition rally was violently disrupted, with a number of people sustaining injuries in the process, including one who is believed to have lost an eye after being attacked by a non-UPND cadre who has not been arrested. Mr. Mundubile has urged Inspector General of Police Grafel Musamba to ensure there is fairness in the application of the law.
And innocent people are being picked. Mr. Inspector General, search your soul. The people you are picking are very innocent. Our security people that you picked, Peter, Ricky, and the other Peter, are all very innocent, you know that. You accuse them of aggravated robbery. They were in my entourage. They were driving vehicles. They were behind wheels, driving through the violent crowds from the UPND. How is it that today someone should come and claim they lost a laptop, they lost some 20,000 kwacha, the same laptop, the same 20,000 that took my sister Mumbipiri to jail, the same 20,000, the same laptop that took other officers to jail in Kawambwa? It's very, very unfortunate. Mr. IG, we urge you to be fair. Can you discharge your duty with diligence? You should be professional in the discharge of your duty. We are really, really tired. We are tired of this sort of situation that is obtaining in our country. Innocent people can't continue going to jail when the people who are breaking Nundwe's vehicle are walking the streets. The people who are plucking other people's eyes are still walking the streets. The people who were stoning us in Chawamba still walking the streets. It's indeed very unfortunate. So Zambian people, 13th August, you've got to redeem this country. You have a duty. Each and every Zambian should sit and reflect upon the injustices.
Tension is rising in Mongo District, Western Province, where dozens of families ordered to vacate their homes near the airport to pave way for a new airport want government to urgently pay their compensation. Only about 20% of the affected residents have been paid, with the rest still waiting for their compensation. The delay has left them in limbo, unable to develop their land, invest in their future, and living each day with the fear of imminent displacement. Meanwhile, efforts to get a comment from Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa proved futile as he was reportedly out of office. We have details in this report.
In 2024, the government began the expansion of Mongo Airport in Western Province through the Zambia Airports Corporation Limited. The expansion included upgrading of the runway, terminal and fencing, which required the clearing of land. Over 800 households residing around the airport were instructed to vacate the area, with the government promising to compensate the affected families. However, only around 20% of the families have received compensation, leaving the majority still waiting. The affected families are now urging the government to speed up the payment process, as the delay is taking a toll on their welfare and leaving them with nowhere to go.
September 9 months. Ngelo pumiwa pa kulesesa la kuona. Tazina zikamu somu tae. Akulesesa la. Womange wafiwa. Lunalo fiwi. Mapolitinje baekeza. Samentinge ekeze ha. Uzinu mashasha akeze ha. Aba utulevela kulima bami fama shele ni mashasha dili kama zekelezo kwati teko.
Faze lubiraiza kizakuli baba mubalikanwa na base batuta. Lunalu inzo nafa lunababa mu mando apapa ukira luinzo nafa. Lwapa nebe kweza renovate, kapa nebe kweza fiasi kasa kweza farapa. Neluitimela nganewe tu milotu kama nulutuhezi, hakuna za kweza. Kono kuliona fa aluko wani aluko nukweza renovate. Aluko nape kuyaha.
Baru brezi kodi, usikirwa ikeza kubereka, baru fase simu bamuso. Kono kuzwa September kutofita kasheku chwana fena mborela, hakuna zeza hala. Mwendi kubabamu, haili kuna, bali kutiseza fela mamulaho. Nepira ni banana baba inyani, nduyeni roba isinye hiwe. Kaliba kalabona, niparela ni kuirukisa.
Some community members are expressing their concerns, stating that they are unable to make any developments on their land or take any actions due to the fear of being displaced.
Kachekula amuluhanisize kuyaha mandu aluna apwacha ukireka kulibelala mina kuli mkarufa mali. Kuchinchana ni mubu wa mina. Mwingire mali ale mufira azwile kwa teni mufire babamu. From that time ya mufire babamu kutofita kachekule. Luizona chualo lunalu libelezi. Mukarufa lili. Sani kupafela kikuli bashemi baka. Aluka fitala 30 Juni. Haibanja muna kurufa masheni. Luka kala kuyaha ape kupita kulibani upulaya ni bana baka bani ntiyala.
Kupamuso kuluteli meleka ubebe mwataba mokuli. Kambe kinte kona before rain season. Baise sort out each and everyone. Including you nabana nilipira kuli unaba mwala lunamo kusana nabana nilipira za kweza kuli. Ma evaluators abataha batune basiyo fama plot yabona. Baise evaluate malanje yabo mantu ma properties yabo nabanyinge basiyo.
Kakuli ne balubulezi kuli bakalufa mashelengi. Kaufera aluna. Kono ntwe lukomokisa kekuli abasamba bafa mwa April. Nikachekule. Aluzibiseseza aluka lubulele kwa teni.
I attempted to reach out to Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa for a comment, but he was reportedly out of the office during press time. For Prime TV News in Mongo District, Marcus Bransakwita reporting.
A 15-year-old grade 11 pupil at Ibolelo Secondary School in Serenje District has been defiled and impregnated by a fellow grade 10 pupil at the same school. Central Province Police Commanding Officer Lemekani Chirwa says that the matter was reported to Serenje Police Station by the girl's grandmother of New Zambia compound. Mr. Chirwa says the incident is believed to have happened on 21st February 2026 and was reported to police on the 10th of June 2026. He has narrated that in March 2026, the victim started showing signs of pregnancy, which forced her grandmother to take her to the hospital, where it was confirmed that she was pregnant before the matter was reported to police. Joseph Siambihi reports.
A secret love affair which started without the knowledge of parents between a grade 11 girl aged 15 and a grade 10 learner whose age is not yet known at a named secondary school in Serenje district has turned sour. This was after the intimate relationship birthed pregnancy, and pregnancy has now uncovered defilement on the basis that the girl is a minor. Central Province Police Commanding Officer Lemekanchirwa has confirmed and said on the 10th of June 2026 at 14:10 hours, Serenje Police Station received the report of defilement. Brief facts of the matter are that in February 2026, the suspect proposed love relationship to the victim, who stays with the grandmother in New Zambia compound, and she agreed to the proposal. On 21st of February 2026, at around 18 hours, the suspect invited the girl to his home, where he had unlawfully carnal knowledge with her. In March 2026, the girl started feeling unwell and missed her menstrual period. In May 2026, her grandmother suspected she was pregnant and took her to the hospital, where it was confirmed that she was indeed pregnant. The grandmother then informed the father of the victim, who travelled to Serenje and reported the matter to police, where a medical report Form 3 was issued and a docket on the case opened. No arrest has been made so far. Joseph Siambihi reporting, Prime TV News.
You're still watching the main news on Prime Television Zambia. We take a set of commercials. We'll be right back.
The Public-Private Dialogue Forum, PPDF, announces the Mid-Year Private Sector Day, scheduled for 11th and 12th June 2026 at Mlangushi International Conference Center, KK Wing in Lusaka. This year's event will be held under the theme Driving Jobs and Shared Prosperity, Private Sector Steering Development and Growth. On 11th June 2026, the Mid-Year Private Sector Day will feature a series of panel discussions covering environmental, social and corporate responsibility, fiscal, tax and regulatory policy, SMEs, youth entrepreneurship and local content, labor, job creation and skills development, the circular economy, promoting beef exports and value-added trade opportunities. On 12th June 2026, the program will focus reporting tangible progress made by the private sector in response to government-led reforms, including investment outcomes, job creation, and lessons learned in the last 5 years. The PPDF invites stakeholders to partner with us by sponsoring the Mid-Year PSD. For more information, email ppdf-info@ppdf.gov.zm.
All right, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
Colgate Charcoal Gentle Clean cleans and polishes teeth for a whiter smile and a naturally fresh and clean mouth. Choose natural. Choose Colgate Charcoal.
Not long ago, many children in Zambia did not go to school because their parents could not afford it. Today, 2.5 million children are back in the classroom, sitting on desks and being fed nutritious meals under the school feeding program. Markets are now peaceful with no kind of violence. Clinics stand where there were none. There's still much work ahead, jobs to create, futures to secure. And that's why Bali keeps working day after day. Because just as we delivered free education, we will keep delivering. For every child still waiting and every family still rising. Until progress is something every Zambian feels. We've started the change. Now let's finish the job. On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia. And let us continue to move Zambia forward together.
Ever felt like your money could do more? With FNB eWallet Plus, dial *130*321# and send or receive money to mobile money or bank account. All in seconds. Quick, easy, secure. Change to FNB. Help changes everything.
driven by the passion for a taste that boosts our inner well-being. A taste crafted in the heart of sun-kissed fields from Zambia's finest sorghum. A taste driven by the passion to boost your inner well-being. It's who we are, how we are, and where we've come from. Sogo, the new taste of culture.
Whether ni mayadi olokombo ni bakoko tamatobo ne batayadi ngani bono yeba sheta kombo no manone sipango no buno.
Farmers of Zambia, your hard work feeds the nation, and now getting paid for crops supplied to FRA has been made simple, faster and safer. FRA has now introduced digital payments, and farmers will be paid electronically by transferring money directly into their bank accounts or their mobile money wallets. All farmers intending to sell their crops to FRA are requested to open bank accounts or mobile money wallets on Airtel, MTN and Zamtel immediately. Visit your nearest bank or mobile network agent with your NRC today and open your account.
Now I get my money through my mobile money wallet while I attend to other chores. I can save, send or use it anytime. Very secure too.
Nalandira ndalama zanga ku banki pa phone kulibe zochedwa kulibe kuyimirira pa mline.
FRA, securing national strategic food reserves, taking wealth to rural Zambia.
Thank you so much for still watching. We continue with the news. The National Pension Scheme Authority, NAPSA, says it has to date already received $5.9 million interest on loan disbursement made during the first year of the ongoing Lusaka-Ndola Dual Carriageway project, in which it's a senior lender. NAPSA committed $300 million to the project out of a total financing package of $650 million. In a statement clarifying the project financing agreement, NAPSA Head Corporate Affairs, Kefas Sinyangwe, says NAPSA was not directed by government to finance the project as alleged, but that the concessionaire approached NAPSA with a financing proposal as part of their broader financing structure for the project. Mr. Sinyangwe says NAPSA considered the proposal in line with its investment guidelines and approved participation only after satisfying itself with the loan recovery mechanisms and collateral arrangements that would be put in place. He says the Lusaka-Ndola Road project is a secure infrastructure investment governed by strict investment guidelines and internal processes and designed to protect members' funds.
This project offers a very clear value to NAPSA and its members. It broadens the authority's portfolio through exposure to infrastructure as an asset class. helping to diversify beyond traditional fixed income investments. Because the facility is US dollar denominated, it also provides protection against local currency depreciation and inflation, thereby helping preserve the value of members' funds. In addition, the facility is expected to generate interest income of more than $220 million over its life. In addition to returns to members, the investment supports national infrastructure development and job creation agenda, helping to expand not only the contributor base, but also support the long-term sustainability of the scheme. NAPSA therefore wishes to assure all members and stakeholders that the authority remains firmly committed to safeguarding members' funds, delivering sustainable returns and supporting investments that create long-term value for members and for Zambia.
Economic expert and observer Yusuf Dodia has questioned the government's decision to undertake a $1.36 million debt payback for a soon-to-be high-interest 2053 sovereign bond, stating that the move appears to shift Zambia's debt burden rather than eliminate it. Mr. Dodia notes that the exercise could involve government raising funds locally to repay foreign creditors, effectively converting external debt into domestic debt. He says while this may ease pressure from international lenders, the country could still be obligated to repay the new debt. Mr. Dodia adds that while the strategy could help Zambia avoid risks associated with international debt defaults, which often affect a country's reputation and access to global financial markets, the government should clearly communicate the purpose and long-term implications of the transaction. The government is using a $600 million loan from the African Development Bank, plus some of its resources to buy back the debt.
So it comes as a bit of a surprise when government decides that they want to raise $1.3 billion and buy off the debts. And I'm trying to see what's the value in this exercise, because if you have the money to pay off the debt, you pay it off. But if you don't have the money, then you pay it off over a period of time, which is what that restructuring exercise is all about. So it seems to me that what government is looking at is raising money domestically by getting Zambian investors to raise that $1.3 billion in the domestic economy, paying off the debt, which we are called buying the debt, but really we are paying it off, and clearing the international creditors, and then that debt then becomes a domestic debt, which is bonds now owned by Zambians. If that is the exercise, then I guess it takes the pressure off government to pay off foreign debt, but it introduces a new pressure on the Zambian people or Zambian investors who will invest in this debt because they need to get assurances that government will pay it off in an agreed period. So those are the technicalities that I think are very, very important. The shifting of the debt from foreign debt owed to foreign entities, bringing it into a domestic debt, even though it may be dollar denominated, but owed to local domestic investors. If that is the plan, then I think government needs to make it very clear. Still means all you're doing is transferring the debt.
Stakeholders at the just-ended 15th Zambia Water Forum and Exhibition, ZAWAFE, have called for increased budgetary allocation to the water, sanitation and hygiene wash sector to accelerate progress towards the Vision 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals SDGs. The forum, held under the theme From Commitment to Action, Accelerating Integrated Resilience Solutions for Vision 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals, brought together government representatives, civil society organizations and development partners to discuss solutions for improving access to water and sanitation services. Speaking during a panel discussion titled Bridging the Gap, Integrating Adolescent Responsive Indicators and Sustainable Infrastructure into District Planning Lessons from the Weavers Project in Petauke District, Vision Outreach Zambia Programs Director Hope Mwilaisha said Zambia must strengthen local planning processes to ensure national and global WASH targets are achieved. Meanwhile, Empowered Communities Helping Others, ECHO, a local non-governmental organization working with WASH and community development, showcased a digital dashboard system designed to improve planning and decision-making at district level.
Stakeholders at Zambia Water Forum and Exhibition have called for increased investment in the water, sanitation and hygiene sector to accelerate progress towards Vision 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals. Speaking during a panel discussion, Vision Outreach Zambia Programs Director Hope Mwilaisha says findings from the Weavers Project in Petauke District revealed that some sanitation facilities do not adequately cater for adolescents and persons with disabilities despite meeting required standards.
We all are aware that there was a presidential pronouncement by the president to have institutions having running water. And one of the things that we identified was that these are not there. And the facilities that we moved and inspected, they had nothing like this. The menstrual hygiene systems were not there. You'd find that most of the children, the girls, would just throw the pads. Some will just keep them when they knock off, that's when they go. So these are some of the things that we identified.
A local non-governmental organization, Empowered Communities Helping Others, showcased a digital dashboard designed to provide real-time information on water and sanitation services, helping local authorities identify service gaps and target resources more effectively.
The dashboard goes further in explaining how much investment we need to reach 100% by 2030. I think this is amazing because when we are doing the surveys, we try by all means to get to the closest estimates that we may need to reach 2030. So 2026, we have those figures. We know the capital injection that we need. We know how much we need to bring up the broken down boreholes. And we also know how much we may need for the operation of these facilities in our areas.
And WASH and Integrated Water Resources Management Advisor Freeman Mubanga says the innovation highlights the role of technology in strengthening service delivery, accountability and decision-making.
ECHO is contributing to the main Zawafe theme by focusing on accelerating smart innovation and technology in order for us to move from commitments to action. And at district level, this CSO is working with a local authority to champion the gap that they presented earlier, which is an issue of data collection and dissemination with the citizenry or stakeholders within the district, and any other person that would jump on Nalolo and Mungwa's council website.
Favorite GC Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Kiona Energy and Arc Power have signed a framework for utility-scale electrification fuse agreement aimed at accelerating access to clean, reliable and affordable electricity across Zambia. With an initial investment of $60 million United States dollars, the fuse agreement is expected to pave way for future energy projects and investments aimed at increasing electricity access and supporting Zambia's broader development agenda. Speaking at the signing ceremony in Lusaka, Ministry of Energy Permanent Secretary for Electricity, Engineer Arnold Simwaba, hailed the partnership as a significant step towards strengthening Zambia's energy security and expanding access to reliable electricity. And Kiona Energy Chief Executive Officer Engineer Clement Siame says the partnership demonstrates the power of collaboration in addressing Zambia's energy challenges. Joseph Tamali reports.
The government's vision for increasing reliable energy generation and universal access to electricity is helping to unlock opportunities that would transform communities and support economic growth. Therefore, the framework for utility-scale electrification, FUSE, aligns with Zambia's national energy strategy.
Government has prioritized energy as a key enabler of economic growth, job creation, industrial development, and improved livelihoods. Through ongoing policy reforms and investment-friendly measures, we are creating an environment that encourages innovation, attracts private capital, and supports the development of sustainable energy infrastructure. Government's vision is clear: to build a resilient energy sector that can meet the needs of the growing economy while increasing the contribution of renewable energy to our national energy generation portfolio.
This comes at a time that Zambia is accelerating efforts to strengthen energy security, diversify its energy mix, and expand access to reliable electricity to all citizens.
Kiona will be the lifeblood to make sure that every Zambian community is connected to electricity. When Kiona was established, it was created with a clear purpose to complement ZESCO's efforts by accelerating investment in renewable energy and helping Zambia respond to its growing energy needs. Today, we are witnessing that vision and continue to take shape.
The government vision for increasing reliable energy generation and universal access to electricity is helping to unlock opportunities that will transform communities and support the economic growth across our country.
And we intend to use it as a meaningful contribution towards Zambia's Mission 300 targets, ensuring that hundreds of thousands more Zambians gain access to affordable, reliable and clean energy. So I'd like to take a moment just to sincerely thank the Ministry of Energy for the guidance, engagement and support that's made this agreement possible.
Joseph Tamaribanda, Prime TV News.
Secretary to Cabinet Patrick Kangwa has commended the resilience and unique capacity of the private sector to absorb shocks and contribute to economic stability despite ongoing geopolitical conflicts in the Middle East. Speaking in a speech delivered on his behalf by Cabinet Office Permanent Secretary for Special Duties, Mebo Nawa, during the Mid-Year Private Sector Day organized by the Public-Private Dialogue Forum, PPDF, Mr. Kangwa said government reforms have continued to strengthen the country's economic fundamentals despite external challenges. He says government remains open to policy proposals from the private sector through the PPDF, which has scheduled a series of deliberations over the next two days. The Mid-Year Private Sector Day meeting, which is expected to be graced by President Hakainde Hichilema, is being held under the theme Driving Jobs and Shared Prosperity, Private Sector Steering Growth.
Accordingly, the Zambia private sector has exhibited a unique capacity to absorb and navigate recent shocks such as COVID-19, the 2024-2025 drought, electricity shortages, and now the Middle East and Ukraine-Russia wars, which ordinarily could have hampered Zambia's growth. Ladies and gentlemen, Instead of regressing, Zambia's economy has withstood these shocks, and in 2025, GDP rebounded to 5.8% from 4% in 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, I must state that the above would not have been possible had the government not undertaken the multiple reforms led by the debt restructuring at the macro level, and at the sector level, reforms in agriculture, energy, ICT, mining, and other sectors commencing in 2021.
One of the good things that I can mention in terms of progress in the operating environment is we've seen inflation is now 6.6%, single digit within the 6 to 8% band that the central bank is looking to basically manage inflation within. So creating an operating environment where inflation is in control, for lack of a better term. Inflation is basically low compared to where it was, where the exchange rate has actually appreciated this year alone by 20%, almost 20%. We can also look at interest rates coming down from a monetary policy rate. The central bank actually has been more or less signaling, and the commercial banks have actually taken that as one aspect that once announcements are made at the central bank level, MPC level, immediately the banks then bring it down. This year we've seen a total of 1%, right?
So for Trade Kings, having led the manufacturing sector for the last 31 years, we are at the center of what is called private sector, in more than just the fact that we have been a part of the manufacturing sector. The reason we are very proud to be a part of sponsoring today's meeting is because, first and foremost, we are very deliberate in terms of protecting and ring-fencing our perspective of leadership in the sector.
After the break, we have safety news brought to you by the Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board.
Not long ago, many children in Zambia did not go to school because their parents could not afford it. Today, 2.5 million children are back in the classroom, sitting on desks and being fed nutritious meals under the school feeding program. Markets are now peaceful with no kind of violence. Clinics stand where there were none. There's still much work ahead, jobs to create, futures to secure. And that's why Bali keeps working day after day. Because just as we delivered free education, we will keep delivering. For every child still waiting and every family still rising. Until progress is something every Zambian feels. We've started the change. Now let's finish the job. On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia. And let us continue to move Zambia forward.
Still sleeping. I wonder what time she's going to cook porridge.
Mama, if you wanted to make groundnut porridge, all you needed to do is just use Poja. It's the same thing.
Same? So you mean it can challenge my porridge, which I used to feed my son, your husband?
With Poja, you have the same natural ingredients as with regular porridge. Same groundnuts and same maize.
So, my porridge you are saying is regular?
No, it's not what I'm saying. With Poja, all you need to do is just add boiling water and stir to your desired thickness. Try it. You might actually like it.
It's not bad.
So let me clear the plates.
No.
Go check. Big Tree Poja Instant Porridge, a tradition of taste and nutrition.
Planning a party? Take it from fun to unforgettable. Inflatables Venture Solution. We've got jumping castles for every occasion, small castles for backyard birthdays, giant obstacle courses for school events, and our new bubble houses for those dreamy, Insta-worthy moments. Different sizes, different themes, and the best part, Prices start from just 800 kwacha, going up to 2,000 kwacha depending on size and style. We deliver, we set up, we pack up. You just enjoy the party. Ready to bounce? To make your booking, contact us today on 0973 133 905, 0974 440 489 or 0955 343 000. We are located on plot 1026/1 CK off Great North Road, Lusaka. PO Box 32439, Lusaka. Inflatables Venture Solution, where the fun begins.
Welcome to New World of Entertainment in Zambia. Cartoons, music, news, movies, drama, series, documentaries, food, travel, the best from Hollywood and Bollywood, international football, CAF competitions, La Liga, Serie A, German Bundesliga, Saudi League, Carabao Cup, Asian Championship, Barclays Women's League, local leagues, and much more. Grab your Azam TV decoder at 350 Zambian Kwacha and full kit at 589 Zambian Kwacha and watch all your favorite channels free for 2 months. For more details, contact us on 971-246-222, 763-664-455. WhatsApp 77-500-0013. Azam TV, entertainment for everybody.
There's a new wave sweeping across the nation, a youthful, vibrant spirit driven by the passion for a taste that boosts our inner well-being, a taste crafted in the heart of sun-kissed fields from Zambia's finest sorghum, a taste driven by the passion to boost your inner well-being. It's who we are, how we are, and where we've come from. Sogo, the new taste of culture.
Oh, what a bad day. When everything is bright and golden. Bad day. The sun is shining in the mighty morning. Bad day. Without my family in that moment, that day would have been a bad day.
Yeah, everyone's bad day is my bad day. But guess what? When my banja comes together, there are no bad days.
When you are there, you bring the shine.
Banja washing powder, the family detergent.
Zambia Athletics welcomes you to the 26th Intercompany Relay, the prestigious corporate wellness event scheduled for Saturday, 13th June 2026 at the Lusaka Showgrounds, Polo Field B. This year's theme, celebrating 26 years of corporate partnerships, athletic excellence and national health. Together, we can win. Participation categories include 10-kilometer relay race of 8 mixed teams are welcome, 100 meters CEO and director sprint races, 5 kilometers health walk, 10 kilometers individual race, 21 kilometers half marathon, kids athletics and activities, product on display and free on-site health services for absolutely free. To participate, call 0977-719-828 or 0776-608-981. Register online at intercompany.relay.org. Walk and run at the 26th ICR.
Exactly what I need. It's a secret ingredient. You can enjoy it every day.
This is not just milk. It's Dairy Gold milk. It's farm fresh and it's delicious.
Thank you so much for still watching. We now have safety news, but before we go into the details, let's have a word from our sponsor.
Attention employers. Did you know that protecting your workers means securing your business too? Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board is here to support you, because compliance isn't just a legal requirement, it is peace of mind for everyone. By complying with workers' compensation regulations, you safeguard your workers in case of work-related injuries or illnesses. Register your company with Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board and ensure you pay assessments. Remember to report accidents within the stipulated 72 hours after gaining knowledge of the occurrence of an accident or disease. For more information or assistance, visit your nearest Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board office or check our website today or call toll-free line 708 on Zamtel, MTN and Airtel. Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board. Prevention, care, support.
And now safety news in detail. GIZ Water and Energy Cluster Coordinator Anke Penny Ellis says Germany, in partnership with the Zambian government, is currently developing a new project aimed at strengthening water resource security in the Upper Kafue region to be implemented in the first quarter of 2027 worth 6 million euros. Speaking to journalists in Lusaka, Ms. Ellis explained that the initiative will focus on enhancing water and environmental monitoring systems while supporting measures to protect vital water resources within the region. She notes that the Upper Kafue is one of Zambia's most important water catchment areas, providing critical water supplies for households, agriculture, industry, energy generation, and biodiversity conservation. Ms. Ellis adds that the planned project seeks to improve the sustainable management of water resources by strengthening monitoring mechanisms, promoting environmental protection, and supporting efforts to address emerging challenges such as pollution, climate change, and increasing pressure on water sources. Ms. Ellis says the collaboration between Germany and Zambia underscores a shared commitment to safeguarding the country's strategic water catchments to ensure long-term water security, environmental sustainability, and socio-economic development for future generations.
Yeah, we are really happy that the German and Zambian government has decided to launch a new project. We will receive 6 million euro as funds for this, and we look into the water security in the Upper Kafue catchment. We all know the Kafue catchment is one of the most important catchments in Zambia, and we look into bringing government, civil society and private sector into an alliance for basically the protection of the Kafue River. This project is supposed to start in 2027 in the first quarter. That's what we are aiming at the moment. And a team of experts is currently discussing with the Zambian government and Zambian stakeholders into what exactly can we do. This investment, that is a very good question, and I think there is, we see multiple challenges. One challenge that we are all very much aware of is the pollution by different industries in the region. Which also means that water supply technologies and water supply challenges have to be met. We also know that with the topic of climate change, we have a variability of water availability, and we want to address these different challenges with the new project that is going to come.
Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation Acting Director Water Supply and Sanitation Richard Kangwa has called for increased participation of women in the water and sanitation sector. Speaking during a panel discussion of women's leadership in accelerating integrated resilience solutions for Vision 2030 and Sustainable Development Goal number 6, organized by the African Women Sanitation Professionals Network at the just ended 15th Zambia Water Forum and Exhibition, ZAWAFE, Engineer Kangwa says a greater inclusion of women would bring fresh perspectives and practical solutions to challenges facing the sector. He adds that their involvement is critical to accelerating leadership, innovation and sustainable solutions in achieving Zambia's Vision 2030 and Sustainable Development Goal number 6. Meanwhile, Water Resources Management Authority WAMA Director General Misozi Ngulube Lumpa says that deliberate policies backed by legislation are necessary to accelerate women's participation in leadership positions. At the same event, Chaiwe Sandese, Chief Executive Officer and founder of Catalyst Development, has called for the creation of a comprehensive database of women professionals in the water and sanitation sector. Details in this report.
Women are no longer just participants in Zambia's water and sanitation sector. They are emerging as powerful drivers of change, innovation and resilience. Sector leaders say empowering more women to take up leadership roles could be the key to accelerating Zambia's journey toward Vision 2030 and achieving Sustainable Development Goal number 6, which seeks universal access to clean water and sanitation. The call came during a high-level panel discussion on women's leadership in accelerating integrated resilience, solutions for Vision 2030 and SDG number 6, organized by the African Women Sanitation Professionals Network at the recently concluded Sawafe Conference. Speaking at the event, Minister of Water Development and Sanitation Director for Water Supply and Sanitation, Richard Kangwa, stressed that increasing women's participation in the sector would unlock fresh perspectives and innovative solutions needed to tackle the country's growing water and sanitation challenges.
I think now we are seeing a trend of a lot of male nurses growing in the country. So the same thing we are saying in the engineering and particular water sector. Let's bring in more females. Then as the opportunities arise, we'll be taking up those roles. I think that's the spirit we're talking.
The first woman to serve as Director General of the Water Resources Management Authority, Misozi Ngulube Lumpa, emphasized that meaningful progress will only be achieved through deliberate policies.
Then in terms of financing, that's why earlier I had indicated, I think there's need for how can I put it? Government will do its part, and with the challenges it's experiencing, we're paying off the Eurobond. But we also need private sector, even investments in this sector. We see other sectors, if it's mining, energy, they're getting a lot more. In this sector, how can we make this sector more attractive that investment can come so that we reduce the burden on what government needs to do? The only other challenge that you have is
adding her voice to the discussion, Chaiwe Sandese, Chief Executive Officer and founder of Catalyst Development, called for the establishment of a comprehensive database of women professionals in the water and sanitation industry.
That we want to formalize to say what we need and how we need it. We also need to go as far as saying, hey, the need is to put ourselves in these different positions of leadership. And for us to be able to do that, we have to be deliberate in saying that we are available. So do we map, and how do we map the women in the sector? Women that are engineers, that are public health experts, that have had leadership positions. And then once we have that mapping, then it's easier for us to find where the women are. You know, if we're trying to tap into a database, that database should be available. You know, so WAMA should have it, the ministry should have it. So yes, so it's a call to action.
Favorite GC Prime TV News, Lusaka.
That's all we had for you in our safety news tonight. We take a break. We'll be right back.
Attention employers. Did you know that protecting your workers means securing your business too? Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board is here to support you, because compliance isn't just a legal requirement, it is peace of mind for everyone. By complying with workers' compensation regulations, you safeguard your workers in case of work-related injuries or illnesses. Register your company with Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board and ensure you pay assessments. Remember to report accidents within the stipulated 72 hours after gaining knowledge of the occurrence of an accident or disease. For more information or assistance, visit your nearest Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board office or check our website today or call toll-free line 708 on Zamtel, MTN and Airtel. Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board. Prevention, care, support.
Farmers of Zambia, your hard work feeds the nation. And now, getting paid for crops supplied to FRA has been made simple, faster and safer. FRA has now introduced digital payments and farmers will be paid electronically by transferring money directly into their bank accounts or their mobile money wallets. All farmers intending to sell their crops to FRA are requested to open bank accounts or mobile money wallets on Airtel, MTN and Zamtel immediately. Visit your nearest bank or mobile network agent with your NRC today and open your account.
Now I get my money through my mobile money wallet while I attend to other chores. I can save, send or use it anytime. Very secure too.
Nalandira ndalama zanga ku banki pa phone kulibe zochedwa kulibe kuyimirira pa mline.
FRA, securing national strategic food reserves, taking wealth to rural Zambia.
Uniteto Industries present Turtle Agro, comprising stockfeed lime and agricultural lime. The wide range of Turtle stockfeed lime, whether coarse, grit or fine lime, enhances the good health and growth of your livestock, be it poultry, piggery and many more. On the other hand, calcitic and dolomitic lime are the best agricultural solutions that creates a steady balance and improvement of the health of your soils, increasing crop resistance to diseases for greater harvests. Get affordable lime. Call us on 0211 286064 or WhatsApp 09755 79558. Email info@uniturtle.com or visit the website www.uniturtle.com. Turtle Agro Lime. Lime your fields, get better yields. By Uniturtle Industries.
To know where we're going, we must remember where we're coming from. Boom. Never forget home.
On the field, I know the importance of protection. It's not just about keeping clean, it's about staying protected from harmful germs. That's why I chose hygienic soap. Hygienic soap, it's a game changer.
Trust Hygienic Soap. Protection today, greatness tomorrow.
Good morning, welcome to the Milky Farm.
It's a happy day, let's have some fun. We'll start with the kiss to the pretty girls.
Then pour the milk.
The flavor's up and this.
Pick your favorite flavor from chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and banana.
This is how we make
Milk It Milkshake, the shake that moves.
All right, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
Colgate Charcoal Gentle Clean cleans and polishes teeth for a whiter smile and a naturally fresh and clean mouth. Choose natural. Choose Colgate Charcoal.
Ka feva ka moyo wangu ndiye kama ilole
unganileke vela njoka kumutema iwe kafrutikana iwe na nevi endela na nesimu na foni
It was all in my head. Fruticana zona.
Fruticana. Feel the rhythm, taste the fun.
Thank you so much for still watching, and now for the rest of the news. Residents of Usha in Limulunga District, Western Province, are appealing to the government to construct a better road for them. The residents say while the area is an agricultural hub, the bad state of the road makes it challenging to transport farm produce to the market. One of the residents, Jafet Malikana, says a better road would go a long way in addressing the welfare of the people in the community. We have more in this report.
Usha area in Limulunga District of Western Province is one of the region's key agricultural hubs for rice and vegetables. But poor road conditions are holding farmers back. The sandy roads make it difficult for local farmers to reach the market. Many community members here walk up to 7 hours just to get to Limulunga Central Business District to access social services, and as a result, a lot of produce goes unsold.
Na Usha since 1964 iwotani lauta ya mkwakwa lwanyanda chole muso utalema ofateni fataba ya mkwakwa 6 hours kuzwa kwanu kuya kwali Mulunga 6 hours. Chole lwakatala chole muso lwahwere kwa teni ulupangire kwa teni mkwakwa lwakupa lwalapela mkwakwa kwa lutusa lwali mamalaisi kwanu magadeni luna lwapanga chole nifataba ya matransport ukalutusa mkwakwa akakuli malaisi aluda fauna ni malaisi kuzwa kwanu kuya kwale konjitu njingona to muhala lishabati chole ni mota likaza mama mkwakwa ndiraisi aluda ikaza manga kamuko munde kuluna bapira mama community mkwakwa uko na kulutusa hulu kabakinsa sama transport luna nilikaze nguzeru so kweza kono zeru palelwa kuisa kama zo haluna mane ze mwilisi nyehelanga fera vakinsa kutoka ma transport selulile kisanga kwa masholi baba so kutolwa muhanga fera chola hakuna ni mkwakwa ma transport aba mangata.
The community is now appealing to the government to gravel the road and ease the movement of goods and services.
Ruzama ya mwalisha bati kuzwa faku ya Limulunga rufezanga 6 hours kona liopunya Limulunga kono mkwakwa ruzama mama luli auzi kuli muso rutusachwa ni pateni
mkwakwa o alikwezwa kale ko nikachekule mane limota lisafita moteni mkwakwa o ruzama yakaona o kiluna batusichava community kulema kami kwa kweza tuzira kuli mwende ambulance haita kuyonga bakuli waluna kwa sipatela kwali zama yemokunde kono kachekule hapi bali business ona bawo hapi balusinyelizeni mkwakwa kwa nambona kachekwe ni mina muzama yaonamo kusiyamu kwa wale onolule mundendende.
However, not all hope is lost for the community as their plight has hit the ears of those in authority.
We know to say the road is still not is still quite a bit challenging to pass, but for a school like this to come in the middle of the bush, we know to say the road infrastructure is on the way. The power grids are not yet here, but we so much believe that they will be here too. But ultimately, we really appreciate the works the government is doing, of course, under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema.
Good roads are catalysts for development, and they make access to social services much easier for rural communities. For Prime TV News in Limulunga District, Marcus Bransakwita reporting.
Government has empowered Community Welfare Assistant Committee, WCAC members in Kazungola District, Southern Province, with bicycles to ease their mobility. Kazungola District Social Welfare Officer Brayson Mwemba says government stands ready to empower such committees in order to foster national development. Mr. Mwemba has since called for proper utilization of the bicycles. Kolombota Mwanangombe reports.
Community Welfare Assistance Committees, mostly referred to as CWAC, plays a pivotal role by helping government achieve its developmental agenda by working with ministries such as Community Development and Social Services. One of the responsibilities these committees have is to identify vulnerable households, orphans, elderly people, people with disabilities, and low-income families who need assistance. In Kazungula district of Southern Province, government has empowered some sewer committees with bicycles to ease their mobility.
Imoni velekela na mwa area kimokutuna so ne kuluberanga hulutata kuzamaila ma beneficiaries baluna kuyobabona baba moba pilela kamoba zuhela mane nilizibi so chwalo za kulika sheko mwahola kapa kunani mukopa no mwabatala chene lofuma nanga hulubutata chonekana kweni hechwana fa mose nifumane yezi kuti seninani njinga kiwitumelo ahulubo butuna kwa muso oliteni wo.
Committee members state that years back one bicycle was given to 10 SWAC members, which is a different case now, as each member has been empowered with a bicycle.
Nerufumana butata wakuniruzamanga kama utuwamba fumane akwa hule. So kwa na matatene rufumana. Ibabe ne babereka kwa mulaho kwa. Ne bafiwanga fera njinga ilimu. Chole na bwitumiro waka bakuli ni turofumana njinga nikukala kubereka nikufumana njinga. Chole na kweruka nengelu zamaila batu baluna kuya kwa kuweza chwanyi. Kwa kuzama ngelu babule ya kulizazileli chwana muswanela kuweza chwanyi. Kwenga masherenga mina.
The empowerment of these bicycles has come as a relief to their challenges, which they say they have faced for many years.
Nerufumana butata kwa kuzamaya batu baba mbazwa kwa hule olweterezi kona kuli kwa kuya kubona kimusebezi kama utu twele alufumanili njinga kona kuli lukana ngelu matamata mwama haye habona niko bapira linako ninako ngelu bale kula batu bale neruzamanga fuku mu 1 hour 30 minutes chwalo zamangelu upotoloha kubona batu bao.
Kazungula District Social Welfare Officer Bryson Mwemba says government is ready to support such committees so as to achieve the developmental agenda of the country.
Best part that government has done now is to give them bicycles, 10 bicycles per SWAC, meaning each member with a bicycle, which will help them for their mobility, mobilizing for the SWAC beneficiaries, and also case management activities.
Kwalombota Mwanangombe reporting, Prime TV News, in Kazungula District, Southern Province.
A reminder that today marks 63 days to go before the August 13 general election. We take a break. Up next is news analysis with Mtaniswa Banda. Stay tuned.
The Vice-Chancellor of the Levi Mwanawasa Medical University cordially invites all graduates and invited guests to join us for the 6th graduation ceremony. The ceremony will be held from the 15th to 18th of June 2026, starting at 09 hours at the Chifumbe Chintu Main Auditorium on the University campus, Chainama, Lusaka. Graduates are further aged to clear for the graduation by 5th June 2026. Join us as we celebrate achievements of our outstanding graduates under the theme Be part of this momentous occasion as we honor the hard work and dedication of our students. Participation fee: diploma 2,400 kwacha, degrees 2,850 kwacha, masters 3,000 kwacha. Don't miss this celebration of excellence. Join us as LMMU rises for impact. For more information, visit our website, social media platforms, or contact us on 0953 821693.
Uniteto Industries present Teto Agro, comprising stockfeed lime and agricultural lime. The wide range of Teto stockfeed lime, where the coarse grit of fine lime enhances the good health and growth of your livestock, be it poultry, piggery, and many more. On the other hand, calcitic and dolomitic lime are the best agricultural solutions that creates a steady balance and improvement of the health of your soils, increasing crop resistance to diseases for greater harvests. Get affordable lime. Call us on 0211 286064 or WhatsApp 09755 79558. Email info@uniteto.com or visit the website www.uniteto.com. Teto Agro Lime. Lime your fields, get better yields. By Uniteto Industries.
Life is busy, and sometimes updating your information can feel like a burden. But outdated details can delay access to PSPF services when you need them most. The PSPF eKYC platform is a simple, secure way to update your information anytime, anywhere. With just a few steps, you can verify your identity, update your records, and stay connected. eKYC uses secure digital verification methods like one-time passwords and identity validation to ensure your information is accurate and protected. Keep your records up to date and enjoy faster access to your pension services. No queues, no paperwork, just convenience at your fingertips. Visit www.pspf.org.zm today and update your details with PSPF eKYC. PSPF. Keeping your pension promise.
When the belly's rumbling, hunger's coming. Uncle Joe will give you something filling with a natural flavor. Uncle Joe is in the smooth, shaky Joe, shaky Joe, smooth, shaky Joe, smooth, shaky Joe. Fill your 1, 2, 3, go!
Aloha. Aloha. Make fresh fun with Aloha. Just as easy as 1, 2, 3, and all my clothes are squeaky clean.
Quick to remove the dirt and stains and the fresh sweet maids.
Never seen nothing like it. That's exactly why I like it. Make fresh fun with Aloha.
To know where we're going, we must remember where we're coming from. Boom. Never forget home.
Milk. I'm supposed to test these 3 and I'm supposed to choose which one is better, right? Milk is milk, I mean. I think there's a difference.
I think E ni best.
I'll go with blue.
I love this one. This is my favorite.
It's sweet. It's satisfying, I should say.
Makes my throat relax.
More richer. This is how milk is supposed to taste.
That's excellent.
I don't even know the name, but I love it.
Wow, I didn't know it.
Twin cow. No wonder. Twin cows.
Twin cows.
Wow, the packaging is so nice, eh?
Double the cows, double the taste.
Twin cows.
Twin Cows full cream long life milk. Taste the difference.
Trade Kings, improving lives. The meaning of life is not to simply exist, but to move ahead. To rise up and achieve. To conquer. Introducing Kung Fu Energy Drink, your push for the next conquests. Kung Fu Energy Drink, master the power.
Numerous cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait.
Catch all 104 matches from as little as 255 kwacha. Only on GoTV.
Exactly what I need. It's a secret ingredient.
is not just milk. It's Dairy Gold milk. It's farm fresh and it's delicious.
All right, listen up. Colgate is on a mission. It's kind of a big thing. Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
Colgate Charcoal Gentle Clean cleans and polishes teeth for a whiter smile and a naturally fresh and clean mouth. Choose natural. Choose Colgate Charcoal.
We now have the news analysis, and Mr. Banda is already in the studio. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
It's good to have you this evening.
Me too. I wanted to react to Mr. Banda. I said, Mr. Banda, si rupia Banda.
Mazina.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead with the stories for this evening.
Well, I have two stories that I'm looking at today. As per my tradition, this is an election period, so I'm only picking on stories that relate to elections. So the first one is the launch of the UPND manifesto, which happened today, and in which the president claimed that he had created over 1 million jobs since 2021. In the other story that I'm looking at, we have Tonse Alliance leader Bran Munduvile accusing the Zambia police of arresting opposition cadres while letting the UPND cadres scot-free. So with 63 days to go before Zambia chooses a new government, I know it sounds strange, new government meaning new MPs, new ministers, new everybody, new councillors, so it's a new government. We expect the hype on campaigns to increase. We also expect a lot of claims coming out from politicians. We expect visions, plans, etc. So it's going to be an interesting period. It has already delayed. People are complaining it's too quiet. So as the days reduce, or as we head towards the election day, a lot of candidates will start making many claims. So like we said, UPND has just released its manifesto. And its manifesto is what they are calling the 10-10-5-3-3-1-1. It's like a football formula. But what it entails is that they intend to generate over 65 billion in economic value through 10 gigawatts of power, 10 million tons of maize production, 5 million tourist arrivals, 3 million tons of copper production, 3 million tons of soya, 1 million tons of beef exports, 1 million tons of wheat production. So these are the numbers, the 10-10-5-5-3-3-1-1. They claim this vision is a roadmap to more jobs, higher incomes, expanded business opportunities, and increased exports. So this is an interesting plan. And like I've been saying, I'm not participating in an election, and we don't want people who are not participating in an election to either, pull down or, people are participating. So we leave it to the 14 presidential candidates who have their own manifestos to look at this and tell us if theirs is better than the UPND's one. But back to our story where there has been a claim that 1 million jobs have been created. Recently, one of the UPND affiliate members, Democratic Party, was on ZNBC's program, the Sunday one, what is it called?
Sunday interview.
Yeah, the Sunday interview, where she claimed, Judith Kabamba of Democratic Party claimed that since 2021, UPND had created 110,000 jobs. And then she tabulated where those jobs came from. And also recently, we also had the Zambia Development Agency claiming that between 2021 and now, there have been between 125,000 and 160,000 jobs that have been actualized through investments, etc. And these include the 40,000 teachers that have been recruited, the 18,000 health workers, and the 5,000 defense and security personnel that have been created. So obviously, if you try to, because this is all happening in one period, the 110,000 jobs, the 165,000 jobs, even if you add the two to say maybe they didn't tabulate them, they don't come to 1 million that has been claimed by the president. So we don't want to say these are false figures, but I think he has embellished, he has inflated these 165 or 110,000 jobs that have been created. But I've noted that there are figures that are coming out from state agencies like the ZAMSTATS, and these figures, you know, they are so inflated that they don't make sense. For example, ZAMSTATS indicates that our unemployment rate is 10%, meaning of all Zambians that want a job and cannot find a job, only 10% of those cannot find a job. And then you compare that figure with what South Africa is claiming. South Africa is a bigger economy, doing very fine, more Zambians are going there. The South African unemployment rate is 32%. Now, either we are doing so fine that the people that are going to South Africa to look for jobs already have jobs here, or our figures are wrong. And then even the figures on poverty, you know, how many Zambians are poor. You check on the World Bank and other places, they're telling you more than half of Zambians are poor. But our ZAMSTATS are saying we're doing fine. We are not poor. So these false figures, in my view, are what is creating problems for even investors, for even NGOs, even people that want to assist us. Because if we are claiming that 10% of people are unemployed and the rest of us have jobs, yet when you walk on a Monday morning in the compounds, you see all the houses are full. In the previous days, for some of us who grew up on the Copper Belt, I mean, if you are at home, you are alone because everybody has gone for work. So I think there is need for these figures to be correct, so that we have right plans and we right interventions. If we are not doing this, then we're just cheating ourselves. And so I'm thinking that these are some of the reasons that are making foreigners praise us. Like Kwacha is the best performing currency in the world. Why? Because the figures that we are presenting to the international world are wrong. And also that Msokotwane Stumbeko, the finance minister, is the best performing minister. Why? Because the figures that we are presenting are wrong. If an economy is doing very well, everybody feels it. There were cases in the past where a security guard stole $300,000, 300,000 kwacha from some delivery, and the whole economy felt it. Salaries were delayed and all those things. That you can imagine 300,000. Now we are told we have 6.7 billion in reserves. We have a lot of money, and yet it's not translating in the ground. So my appeal to whoever is playing with these figures, it's hurting people in business, it's hurting people who are planning, it's hurting people in the NGO sector who need to canvass for support, because we want interventions to go in the right place. There was a time when we were told we're in middle income country, and donors pulled out because now we're doing very fine. And yet we knew that in the compounds and in the villages, half of our brothers were still poor. Coming to the second story, where the Tonse Alliance leader Brian Munduvile is accusing the police of not doing their job. I thought we look at this because the police, they have a critical job. If they've been sitting the whole 10 years, the whole 5 years, election period is where they are required to come in and ensure that this process is peaceful. Because, as I've said before, this is the only time in the Constitution that allows us to differ publicly on what we believe in. You can see the way, we are not required to support the president now. I mean, he's a candidate. So everybody has their own preferences. People have their own ideas. This is the only time that the Constitution allows us, in my view, not to be united, to differ in diversity, all kinds of terminology that we can use. After August 13, we all come together as one, as a united country under one leader. So the police, their job is to ensure that all ideas are presented, all campaigns are done, all candidates have the opportunity to interact with the voters and the voters with their candidates. But recently we've seen the police, there were videos in Chipata where they hound the Mundubile Makebi camp at a private hotel. And according to reports, others were saying they wanted them out of Chipata. Others, which the police confirmed themselves, are that they went to arrest people in the Mundubile camp because they wanted for allegedly being involved in aggravated robbery. I don't know where that happened. And so they picked some people, and for aggravated robbery, it means you don't have bail. You are there until the case is done. So meaning whoever were picked in Chipata are not going to participate in this campaign. They are done and finished. And if the police are doing that under instructions of another political party, then it's unfair because those people won't campaign. The last time I was here, we spoke about Xavier Chungu, who has also been in detention. He's a presidential candidate. He can't campaign because in detention, and the director of prosecution is not pushing the case forward, and the magistrate cannot give him bail. Again, it disadvantages a political candidate in this election. And then we also saw reports from Kabwe where the independent candidate had their rally disturbed, and they went to report to the police. Again, the police, instead of taking the report, they arrest the candidate and his driver and the security people. Again, this is disadvantaging the candidate. For whatever reasons, why the police would behave in that way, we don't know. And then we also saw in Mazabuka, which was, I think, the first trouble spot that we noted as a country, where Gary Nkombo had trouble filing in his nomination. He managed afterwards, he was called to the police and arrested for reporting the people that harassed him. And then we also saw his rally being disturbed. Again, announcement that the campaigns had been suspended in Mazabuka. Again, it disadvantages candidates. We have 90 days. Today we're talking about 63 days remaining. Surely, Grafo Musamba, the IG and his police are Zambians, and they understand the constitution, they understand their role. Why would they not protect everybody so that we go into campaigns and we choose? And for Grafo Musamba, the country is paying him a salary for him to do his job. He drives in an air-conditioned car with escorts, and he has an air-conditioned office. Why wouldn't he do his job? It's simple. Protect, follow the constitution, be a provider of peace. And what we are seeing now is we know that the next president, be it Edgar Hakainde Hichilema or Mundubile or Fred Membe, they all come from the 14 candidates that are standing. So if the police are unprofessional on one camp, what happens if they win? We saw it in Chipata in 2021 when HH could not be allowed to enter the city because some police officer blocked his entourage. We also saw, I think it was Nevas Mumba in 2021, again being tear-gassed in some parts of the country. And when tables turn, those police officers start crying that they are being harassed when they failed to be professional. So we are appealing to Grafo Musamba, listen to these people that are complaining, meet with them, and ensure that they campaign properly. And the Constitution allows them to do that. So there is no need for people, even the police spokesperson was failing to mention the people who were involved in Chipata to say that gentleman, that man. Why are you failing to mention that it's Makebi who was there? I mean, he might be your next leader. He might be your next lawyer. Feel free, we are Zambians. So I think my appeal to the police is that listen to the opposition, give the voter enough chance for them to interact with their candidates, and so that we can vote properly on August.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Banda, for the analysis.
You're welcome.
As we end the main news, another recap of the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has disclosed that his UPND New Dawn administration has created over 1 million jobs. A 60-year-old man of Sengahio district, Northern Province, has died after being set on fire on suspicion that he poisoned 2 of his illicit brew customers. The Law Association of Zambia LAZ has commended President Hakainde Hichilema for declining to sign into law the Public Gathering Bill, and National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity NRPUP presidential candidate Brian Mundubile has accused the police of selective application of the law. This has been Christabel Muunga-Chilea on behalf of the newsroom transmission, as well as Mr. Banda, who has given us the news analysis. Good night.
The main news bulletin was sponsored by First Quantum Minerals, operating Kansanshi Mining PLC, FQM Trident Sentinel Copper Mine, and Enterprise Nickel Mine. Our commitment is clear, so is our contribution to Zambia.